Good evening and welcome to Icu Tv main news. Let's take a look at the top stories making headlines. HH calls for business dispute resolution outside court. Diesel stock hit 14-day mark as Minister Chikote reassures fuel supply stability. UK applauds Zambia's progress in nutrition through SAN2 program. Government launches $90,000 design competition for Livingstone City Centre. In international news, FBI searches John Bolton's home and office over classified documents. In sports news, ZESCO Ndola girls make winning start in CAF Women's Champions League. Presenting the news, I am Yamba Margaret, and now the news in details. HH calls for business dispute resolution outside courts. President Hakainde Hichilema is urging manufacturers to avoid litigation in business dealings, stressing that some disputes can be resolved outside the courts to promote economic growth. Speaking at State House in Lusaka, the head of state meets with a delegation of manufacturers led by the Zambia Association of Manufacturers. The association's leadership commends government for creating an enabling environment through favorable policies despite challenges such as the recent drought. Zambia's manufacturing industry continues to post positive growth, with stakeholders expressing optimism that improved collaboration with government will drive further expansion. UK applauds Zambia's progress in nutrition through SAN2 program. The British government is commending Zambia's progress in improving nutrition through the Scaling Up Nutrition Phase 2 program. The initiative, led by the National Food and Nutrition Commission and the Ministry of Health, is credited with strengthening collaboration across multiple sectors to improve the nutrition status of women and children. During a visit to Solwezi General Hospital, the British High Commissioner assessed the impact of the program, which has contributed to a reduction in malnutrition cases in the district. The SAN2 program is supported by international partners, including UK Aid, and forms part of Zambia's wider commitment to achieving sustainable nutrition goals through evidence-based, community-driven strategies. Government launches $90,000 design competition for Livingstone City Centre. The government of Zambia has launched a $90,000 design and regeneration competition for Livingstone City Centre. The initiative, under Green Resilient and Transformational Tourism Development Project, aims to position Livingstone as a premier global tourism destination anchored by the Livingstone City Council. The program seeks to transform key streets, public spaces, and tourism hotspots. The competition will run in 2 stages, beginning with the conceptual design submissions, followed by detailed design development. It is open to both local and international firms. Once implemented, the program is expected to boost Livingstone's profile as a world-class tourist hub, attract more visitors, improve community living standards, and promote greener transport practices. The Ministry of Tourism says the broader goal of the project is to enhance infrastructure, improve connectivity, and make tourism areas investment ready for the private sector. Civil Service Commission conducts monitoring evaluation exercise. The Civil Service Commission Chairperson Dr. Cholwe Beyani says the Commission remains committed to providing necessary technical support to deepen and strengthen capacity and expertise in managing delegated human resource functions. Dr. Beyani emphasized that the Commission expects excellency, ethical conduct, and the highest standards of professionalism from human resource management committees in executing delegated functions. Government has launched a comprehensive, decentralized agenda aimed at bringing development directly to people, and the Commission will monitor and evaluate performance to ensure alignment with this agenda. 7 functions have been delegated to Human Resource Management Committees, including substantive promotions, retirement on medical grounds, and temporary appointments. Dr. Beani reiterates that these functions enhance efficiency and effectiveness in addressing human resource matters. Information and Media Permanent Secretary Mr. Tabokawana reaffirms the Ministry's commitment to efficient human resource management, highlighting that the Ministry has successfully processed 77 staff cases since 2023. This includes 36 confirmations, 37 substantive promotions, and 4 retirements. Mr. Kawana stated that the delegation of function has improved efficiency, reduced backlogs, enhanced staff morale, and streamlined service delivery. On the other hand, Dr. Cholwe Beani has paid a courtesy call on Information and Media Permanent Secretary, Mr. Tabokawana. The visit centered on the monitoring and evaluation of delegated functions of the Ministry of Information and Media.
It is with a deep sense of responsibility that I address you, esteemed members of the Human Resource Management Committee, HRMC, on the occasion of the monitoring and evaluation exercise for the Ministry of Information and Media. The Commission remains unwavering in its commitment to providing the necessary technical support to deepen and strengthen your capacity and expertise in the effective management of dedicated human resource functions. Ladies and gentlemen, as many of you are aware, under the visionary leadership of the Republican President, Hakainde Hichilema, and his government, has launched a comprehensive decentralization agenda. This transformative initiative aims at bringing development directly to the people. To this effect, we have witnessed a series of substantial reforms within the civil service to align human resource with this goal. You know that 7 functions have been delegated to the HRMCs, and these include substantive promotions, retirement on medical grounds, no more retirement at age 60, posthumous retirement, and appointment on a temporary basis. Others are confirmations and transfers within the ministry and district on the request and the exchange basis. These functions are fundamental in enhancing the efficiency and effectiveness with which
Diesel stocks hit 14-day mark as Minister Chikote reassures fuel supply stability. The Minister of Energy, Honorable Makozo Chikote, has announced that as of August 21, 2025, Zambia's national diesel stocks stood at 64,876,487 liters, equivalent to 14 days of national consumption.
Just to give an update on the diesel supply situation in the country, my ministry, working closely with the Energy Regulation Board, ERB, has taken note of recent reports of fuel shortages at some of filling stations. I wish to make it clear that the country has adequate stocks of diesel to meet the current demand. As of yesterday, 21st August 2025, the national stock of diesel was 64.8 million liters, equivalent to 14 days of national consumption. A survey of 650 filling stations nationwide revealed as follows. 456 stations were dispensing both diesel and petrol. 33 stations were dispensing only diesel. 125 stations were dispensing only petrol. 36 stations had temporarily run out of stock. These figures confirm that fuel supply across the country is sufficient. Preliminary investigation shows that the reported shortages are localized and linked to supply chain bottlenecks. The ministry, together with ERB and other stakeholders, is addressing these bottlenecks to stabilize and normalize the market. Going forward, we are implementing both short-term and long-term measures to ensure stable and predictable access to fuel across Zambia.
According to Minister Chikote, these figures confirm that fuel supply across the country is sufficient. The ministry, in collaboration with the Energy Regulation Board and other stakeholders, is working to address these bottlenecks to stabilize and normalize the market. Israeli embassy opens in Lusaka, paving way for economic cooperation. The State of Israel has officially reopened its embassy in Lusaka, restoring diplomatic presence in Zambia after more than 5 decades. The move is expected to strengthen cooperation in key sectors such as trade, agriculture, health, water management, and infrastructure. Israel has also expressed confidence in Zambia's potential to attract investment and benefit from knowledge transfer. The embassy's reopening has been described as a milestone in Zambia's international relations, signaling the country's growing influence and its position as a strategic partner for Israel in Southern Africa. The development forms part of Israel's broader initiative to deepen ties across Africa while supporting sustainable economic growth and innovation. We now take our first set of commercials. Please stay tuned for more news.
Welcome to the Zambia Research and Development Center, an institution dedicated to national development through capacity building and community development. Established in 2007 by a group of professionals and lecturers, ZRDC has since become a hub of research and innovation in the country. Registered with the Ministry of Home Affairs under the Registrar of Societies, ZRDC pursues cutting-edge research to address pressing social and economic challenges. Get involved. ZRDC engages in activities that stimulate international collaboration, promote knowledge sharing, and make research expertise available to decision makers. Our mission at ZRDC is to foster innovation and capacity building for national development. We believe in addressing poverty and underdevelopment through institutional and capacity building, human empowerment, and gender participation. In our quest to foster innovation and capacity building for national development, ZRDC launched the ZRDC University Sponsorship for Capacity Building and Development Program to facilitate knowledge advancement among ZRDC researchers and those intending to join the research community. Qualified Zambian citizens can pursue education at credible universities in Zambia with guaranteed prospects of joining the ZRDC research community. ZRDC engages in industrial and technological research, covering research development and innovative investigations to drive dynamic industrial development at national and regional levels. Join us at the Zambia Research and Development Center as we continue to innovate, empower, and shape a brighter future for Zambia. ZRDC, fostering innovation and capacity building for national development.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. To continue with the news in our local stories, Nakonde records 14 mpox cases since April. The Ministry of Health in Muchinga Province has confirmed that Nakonde District has recorded a total of 14 mpox cases since April this year. Provincial Health Director Dr. David Silweye says 2 of the cases remain active and are being monitored within the community under strict health protocols. Dr. Silweye adds that surveillance measures have been intensified to contain the outbreak, while urging the public to report any suspected cases and seek medical attention if they experience symptoms such as unexplained skin rashes. CDF drives visible infrastructure growth in Kalulushi. Kalulushi district witnesses a surge in development as over 30 constituents development funds projects are commissioned by Copperbelt Province Permanent Secretary Lawrence Mwanza. The projects spanning from 2022 to 2025 with a total investment exceeding 30 million kwacha include maternity wings, classroom blocks, and water reticulation system. Mr. Mwanza says the project demonstrates the positive impact of community-driven development under the CDF initiative. He urges legal actions against loan defaulters, stressing the accountability applies to all, regardless of political affiliation. Kalulushi Mayor Daudi Simama notes that the majority of CDF projects in the district are now complete, while District Commissioner Joseph Piri highlights the funds brought in advancing the government's decentralization and development agenda. The commissioning underlines how CDF continues to transform local communities, leaving tangible benefits for residents. You are still watching Icu TV main news. We take a short break, and coming up next is international and sports news. Stay tuned.
The Information and Communications University is driving the thrill for the nation in research and development. Enroll now for full-time and distance programs in the School of Engineering, Humanities, Business and Education. To apply, visit our website at www.icuzambia.net or call us on +260 211 221 662 or 0966 342 359. Sponsorship is available. Enroll now.
Welcome back. In international news, FBI searches John Bolton's home and office over classified documents. The FBI is conducting searches at the home and office of John Bolton, former National Security Advisor to Donald Trump. Bolton, who has become a vocal critic of the former president, resides in Bethesda, Maryland. Agents are seen at both his Bethesda residence and his downtown Washington, D.C. office. The FBI confirms it is carrying out authorized activity in the area but provides no further details. The searches are reportedly linked to an investigation over classified documents. Bolton has not made any public comment on the activity. This development comes amid ongoing tension as Trump previously accused Bolton of misusing classified information in his 2020 book, which criticized Trump's first term in office. While still in international news, UN chief labels Gaza famine a failure of humanity. The United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres calls the famine in Gaza City and surrounding areas a failure of humanity. The unbacked integrated food security phase classification raises the food insecurity level in parts of Gaza to phase 5, the most severe, warning that over 500,000 people face starvation. The UN-backed integration food security phase classification raises the food insecurity level in parts of Gaza to phase 5 and most severe, warning that over 5 million people face starvation, destitution, and death. Israel rejects the report, calling claims of widespread famine an outright lie, and denies restricting aid. The UN maintains that limitations on aid continue to worsen the humanitarian crisis. We take a short break. Stay tuned for more news in sports.
Did you know that mental health conditions are treatable and recovery is possible? Hi, I'm Ngenia Febamoyo. I'm your host on Let's Talk Mental Health. I invite you all to this show where you freely express yourself, and together we find a solution. For more details, you can contact 0777 93 73 92, and we'll be there to help you find solutions to whatever you're going through.
sports news, ZESCO Ndola girls make winning start in CAF Women's Championship League. ZESCO Ndola girls have made a flying start to their CAF Women's Champions League COSAFA qualifier campaign with a dominant 3-0 win over Beauties FC in Johannesburg. Avo Chitundu opens the scoring in the 21st minute before Penelope Muluwa and Edeles Piri converted penalties in the 42nd and 45th minutes to seal victory for the Zambian champions. The result sets up an exciting clash against defending champions Mamelodi Sundowns on Sunday at the Ujau Mula Stadium. This year's qualifier have attracted a record 10 teams, with fans enjoying free entry to all matches. Still in sports news, MTN Super League Week 2, Konkola Blades aim to hold top spot. Week 2 of the MTN Super League kicks off tomorrow, with newly promoted Konkola Blades determined to retain their position at the top of the table. The Chililawamwe-based team, awarded 3 points and 3 goals, will host Muza as they chase maximum points. Saturday's fixtures feature 7 exciting clashes, including Mufulira Wanderers against Napsa Stars and a local derby between Mutondo Stars and ZESCO United. In Kitwe, Nkana faces Nkwazi, while Kawa Warriors entertain Prison Leopards in another derby. In Lusaka, Red Arrows begin their campaign against Mines United, while Zanaco hosts Kansanshi Dynamos. Kansanshi Dynamos head coach Zedi Saileti says his side is eager for a win after drawing their opening match. On Sunday, Green Buffaloes take on defending champions Power Dynamos, and Green Eagles host Changa Rangers in Choma. Fans across the country are set for a weekend packed with high-stakes football action. And that sports item brings us to the end of our main news today. But before we go, a quick recap on the top stories that made headlines. HH calls for business dispute resolution outside court. Diesel stock hit 14-day mark as Minister Chikote reassures fuel supply stability. UK applauds Zambia's progress in nutrition through SAN2 program. Government launches $90,000 design competition for Livingstone City Centre. In international news, FBI searches John Bolton's home and office over classified documents. In sports news, ZESCO Ndola girls make winning start in CAF Women's Champions League. Thank you so much for watching. For more news updates, stay glued to our website at icutvzm.com. Good night.